Welcome. Good morning. Thank you guys for joining me here this morning. My name is Luis Morales, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Time to get away from the desk a little bit, stretch, move. Before we get started, if there's any requests that you guys have, anything that feels like it needs a little bit extra love, a little bit extra stretching today, go ahead and drop in the chat. Always open to suggestions for stuff to do in the stretch breaks here. So neck, awesome. Jody, I already had it on the list. I got you with the neck. All right. Sweet. Okay, you guys. So I'll keep my eye on the chat as we go. If anything comes up and you're feeling inspired, go ahead and drop it in the chat and I'll keep an eye on it. We can work it into our routine here this morning. But we're going to go ahead and start with the neck. So let's go ahead and stand all the way up. All right, you guys. So let's plant those feet about shoulder width apart. What we're going to do here is some neck circles, just trying to loosen up the whole range of our necks here. So want to kind of tighten up some of those tummy muscles. Maybe we're giving our butt a nice little squeeze just to make sure the rest of our body stays nice and solid as we move. We can relax those arms. And what we're going to try and do is start with that chin all the way down on the chest. Let's pick one way to go, and we'll start with some nice slow neck circles here. So we're trying to draw the biggest circle we can. Breathing as we move. Still holding some light tension through the midsection just to make sure the rest of our spine isn't moving as well. We're just going to do 3 here. Taking it nice and slow. Probably hearing pops and cracks. That's usually okay. Just don't lose sight of that breathing. Coming to the close on this third rotation here, guys. When you're done with that third one, you can pause for a moment and then we'll change directions. Good job, you guys. Good job. Keep breathing, trying to make the biggest circle that we comfortably can. Keyword comfortably. Take it slow. Appreciate the stretch in those areas where it is a little tighter than the others. Coming to the close on the last rotation here, guys. We're going to end with the chin on our chest once again. Then once we're there, we can bring our heads back up, maybe open our eyes. Good job, you guys. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to come all the way down to the ground, hands and knees specifically. So take a moment, find your mat, find your space. And we can warm up these shoulders a little bit. Make sure shoulder health is up here this morning. So once we get down to our hands and knees positions here, guys, we just want those hands planted right under the shoulders. And from here, we want to be able to lock out those elbows, make those arms super, super straight. And so during this movement, elbows are going to stay nice and straight. And we're just going to do a subtle shoulder movement here. So core is tight, the spine is in line. What we're going to do is let ourselves sink down towards the ground, let those shoulder blades come up and pinch together on our back, and then push down through the palms and push away from the ground, moving the shoulder blades away from each other. So a really subtle movement here, guys. Make sure to keep those arms nice and locked out. So if you look at me here for a moment, you can see the shoulder blades are poking up through the shirt. And then as I push away, they come away from each other. Now make sure when you guys are pushing that we're not rounding the spine at all. We don't want to come up and make a big hill out of our backs here. Very subtle movement. We're just going back and forth, feeling ourselves sink towards the ground in those shoulder joints, and then push away. I know we're focusing, but let's keep the breathing relevant here. Don't want to hold our breaths. Arms are locked out still. Let's do a couple more, wherever you are at. Sink all the way down, push away. One last time, we're sinking all the way down and then pushing away. Nice work, you guys. Nice work. All right, we can relax those shoulders. We're going to stay in this quadruped position, though, for the next one. So what we're going to do here, guys, is open up that middle part of our spine with some twisting. So let's start with our left hand. Right hand's going to stay where it's at under that right shoulder. We're going to take our left hand, reach through the gap between our right arm and right knee. Yeah, I got that right. We're going to reach through that gap here, guys, looking at the hand as we reach, and then we're going to recoil, pull that arm out, twist, and reach all the way up to the ceiling here on this left side. So just reach as far as you comfortably can. We're just opening up that spine a little bit. We're going to come down, do the same motion, reaching through that gap, turning the head to watch the hand. Go as far as you can, and then we're going to recoil, open all the way back up. Trying to see how far we can go with that twisting this morning here. I'm going to do 2 more. Breathing as we go. Eyes on the hand the entire time. Good job, you guys. All right, wherever you're at, last one, reaching through that gap, threading the needle a little bit here. Then we're recoiling, turning the head and the middle of the spine. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Well done. All right, let's place that left hand back down on the ground. Left hand is going to be planted right under that left shoulder. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. So right hand is going to reach through that gap. We're going to twist a little bit. Eyes on that right hand. And then we're going to recoil, open up, big twist, reaching up towards the ceiling or sky with that right hand. Take a moment. Breathe as we go. Got 3 more to do. Watching that right hand the whole way. Just twisting as much as we comfortably can here, guys. No need to push it too hard. We want to stay comfortable. We're just kind of warming up this movement since it's still kind of the morning time. Might be a little bit tighter in the twist than we would be later in the day, and that's okay. We're still breathing, still moving with a light pace here. Wherever you're at, let's make this the last one. Pulling that hand through, watching it all the way. Big time open up towards the ceiling. And then we can bring that hand back down to the ground and relax, take a breath. All right, guys. So next up, as per request, we're going to do some downward dogs. So best way to get into this position, if we're already on our hands and our knees, we can shoot those legs out behind us, come into a plank position here. Feet do not have to be together. And then from here, we can use those shoulders to push ourselves up, push those hips up into the air. We're locking out the arms up overhead. And in this position, we're just going to try and breathe here for a moment. Maybe we're feeling some tightness in the back, the hamstrings, the calves. For me personally, it's always the calves. Calves are always super tight. Let's breathe here, you guys. Let that belly fill up with air. Let's try and touch the heels to the ground here, guys. Nice little calf stretch. Let's do 2 more breaths. Good work, you guys. Last breath here. Well done. Slowly bring yourself back into that plank position. And then from here, we can rest, knees on the ground, take the pressure off the upper body. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, final thing that we're going to do here today, the bread and butter, none other than half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So Find some space on the mat. Maybe you have to fold the mat up a couple times to make it nice and comfortable for your knee. Take a moment to get into a position where you got one knee down on the ground and then the other foot out front to support. All right, so once we get into this position, guys, the first thing we're gonna do is check in with that glute. Whatever knee you got down on the ground, that same side glute is what we're gonna start to squeeze to get our pelvis into the position that we want it to be in for this stretch. So let's check in with the pelvis, give it a little tap, or the glute, I should say. Give it a little tap if you need to. We're gonna pull the belly button in towards the spine and then push the hips forward to find that good medium hip flexor stretch here. And once we find it, let's start to take some nice deep inhales into the area that we feel that tension. So lower abdomen. Feel that tension increase and then decrease a little bit as we inhale and then exhale. Good job, you guys. Keep that glute squeezed. One more breath. Here we go. Nicely done. And on that exhale, we can shift our weight back, take the tension out of that hip. Let's switch it over to the other side. All right, y'all. So same deal on this side. Go ahead and give that hip a little bit of a tap if you need to wake that glute up. Get it to squeeze real hard. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. And then we are shifting the hips forward, pushing them forward just enough to get a medium stretch in the front of that hip. Once you find that medium tension, let's breathe into it for a few breaths here. Good job, guys. Good job. Maintain that tension in the glute. It's our key to keeping this stretch. There we go. All right, final breath coming up here. Well done. On that exhale, we can go ahead and release the tension there, you guys. Good job. Thank you guys for joining me here today. All the time I have left for this stretch break. Don't forget, blood drive going on in June. Signups are going on now. One market, I think, in the lead as of today. So let's go ahead and change that if we're from Senator Feller 300 mission. Design to Run race still going on through the 17th. We're loving seeing everyone's posts on the Slack channel. Keep all that good stuff up. And then we also have Bike to Wherever Day for sustainability. That's going on May 21st. And that is not this Friday, but next Friday. And we also have Exercise with Exos today, another live class opportunity. Going to be a good workout today. Always some good shoulder stuff and burpees, most likely, in Jazzy's programming for Thursday. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Thank you guys for listening to my long spiel. We'll see you guys next time. Take care out there.
Thanks, Elise.
Thanks, guys, for coming.
Thank you.